have heard through whispers all over the land that 90s brows are coming back. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Your eyebrows have the power to change everything. Legitimately. Your eyebrows frame your face, and that's why they're so important in the way that you style and the way that you shape them. You can style and shape your brows and give yourself a more youthful and tightened face look. You can shape your brows to make you more bold and daring, or you can shape your brows to look more soft and feminine. It just depends on how you shape them. I'm going to courageously attempt to share with you guys how I shape my eyebrows. And I'm honestly really nervous about that because I've never done that in front of the camera. And if you know anything about shaping eyebrows, all it takes is one mistake. Along with showing you guys how my process in shaping my eyebrows myself, I'm also going to show you how I style them with makeup. And yes, that's what I'm gonna share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me move you closer. So I don't have any makeup on my eyebrows right now. These are my natural eyebrows. They have an identity crisis. They want to act like they're bold and daring. Mind you, because I shaped them, they're not as big as they could be. But if I did not shape them, they would grow all the way down here. They also can't commit because, as you can see, they're spacey. There's not enough hairs in there. It's been like that all my life. At least I have something to work with, right? I guess that's the positive side about it. I started shaping my eyebrows myself when I was 13. Considering the times that I started shaping my eyebrows, we were into the thin look. I literally just used a facial blade. I did that for some time, then I went to threading, then I went to waxing, I went to aesthetic school, I stuck with waxing for a while, then went back to threading and tweezing, and now here we are. What are we doing? We're just tweezing. It is the easiest, low maintenance method of shaping your brows that I have found for myself. The number one thing that deterred me from tweezing my own eyebrows for years was because of the misconception that if you tweeze your eyebrows, the hairs will grow back thicker, which is not the case. Typically, when shaping my eyebrows, I do it really simple. I don't have much eyebrow hair to touch up because I already have my established shape. If you look right now, I have just some hair down here, and usually all I would do is trim that up and brush my hairs up, give them a good trim on the sides with some scissors, and then we're good to go. But today I'm not satisfied with that because I have heard through whispers all over the land that 90s brows are coming back. Hear me out before you're like, no! I think that I would like to do a version of the 90s brows, the thickness of the now brow. I'll have to show you what I'm thinking about. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is because I saw an old picture of myself just a few years ago, probably like 4 years ago, and I had a lot thinner of an eyebrow shape. And it made my eyes look bigger because that's what shaping of your brows can do for you. And I really like that. The only thing that I did wrong there was I put super heavy makeup on them. So, because that was just the era of that time where it was like the bold brow and like a lot of makeup. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the good from the past and formulate it into something new. And we'll see how this goes. We're gonna prep the eyebrows by using some witch hazel. I have this witch hazel, it's a facial toner witch hazel aloe vera formula from Thayer's Natural Remedies. I like this stuff. We're being really ghetto today. I do not have any cotton swabs or little cotton pads would be the best way to apply this. We're just using bath tissue, but this is really good to help cleanse your brows and get them nice and prepped for what we're about to do. I really just want to give some more space between my eye here and here, if that makes any sense to you. It makes sense to me, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my spoolie and lift these brows up a bit so I can see a little easier where I am pulling the hairs. Oh, I can tell you I already like how they are right now. Now the challenge will be is getting the same look on the other side. Can you see the difference? So not only did I clean up the brow, but I just took it up just a tiny bit. I'm being a little bit conservative, but that's okay because I'm in front of a massive light and a camera, and I'm doing this on my lap, literally, so we'll be conservative. I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just do a small trim. And what I do for trimming is mainly I just don't want them to be that long, you see? So I brush them up with my spoolie, just like that. Brush them as far up as they can go, and I just take my scissors and kind of land them on my face and kind of just trim away. Beautiful. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna take some more witch hazel after, pop that on the brow. If your brows get very red and irritated, even if you go and get them done professionally, my suggestion to you, skincare tip, use aloe vera on the area that is red. Whenever I would do eyebrow waxing or tweezing for other people, when I used to do it professionally, that was like my #1 thing that I would do, witch hazel and aloe vera. It's really calming for the skin and it helps it not to be so irritated, and also prevents breakouts from happening, that witch hazel, because it keeps everything really clean. So yeah, try that. Next brow. That's not the spoolie. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just got 3 big hairs out. They were long too. Just going to trim this little piece here. Now I'm going to brush the eyebrows down and take care of anything that's too long for my liking. I'm just gonna take off just a little bit on the ends with my scissors. It's a little haircut for your eyebrows. Let's fan these guys up there. What do you think? I like them. They look more... This is how I style my eyebrows whenever I am doing my makeup. It's a question I get asked all the time, especially on Instagram. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing currently. I will say hands down, the best brow line that I have used for years is Anastasia. I'll link it below, of course. They just have overall the best eyebrow makeup. I use their Brow Wiz. I love their Brow Wiz for more natural and light looking brows. I love their pomade, which I'm gonna use right now. I love their brush. They have the most amazing synthetic brush with the spoolie attached to it that just beautifully helps you glide through using the pomade super easily. I am using the Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. If you are trying out the pomade for the first time, be very patient with it. It takes a minute to get used to, but once you got it, and it is amazing. Take the spoolie first and lift your brows. Make sure they're nice and lifted. I'm gonna take the eyebrow brush. I'm going to dip it very lightly into the Dip Brow Pomade. I'm gonna start in the middle of my brow. This just helps me whenever I'm doing my brows. And I'm going to draw a line defining my brow. Very light, but defining it. I'm gonna box it in, outline it very lightly with the pomade. Just like that. Now I'm gonna take just a little bit more pomade and I'm going to brush upwards like this to fill in this front part of my eyebrows. Brush up and flare it out. Then, to give the appearance of a thicker looking brow, because it looks kind of spacey right there, I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the pomade, and we're gonna go in a little bit thicker into the middle of where I outlined. There we go. That looks good. If you can see, there's some spaces in between. This is where the Brow Wiz comes in and works very, very well in blending out and giving you more of a natural look. We're gonna go ahead and fill them in, and you're gonna kind of pretend like you're drawing little hairs. What's nice about the Brow Wiz is that it's super light in application, almost exact opposite to its counterpart, the pomade. Then I'm gonna take the other side of the Brow Wiz, flip it over, and we're gonna brush this. Give it a nice blend. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my new favorite brow setter. It is from Benefit, and it is their 24-hour brow setter. What's nice about this particular brow setter is that it has 2 different sized spoolie wands, brushes, I guess you could call it, that helps brush up your short and your long hairs and putting them into place. This stuff does dry relatively quickly, so I have to be really careful, but it works amazingly. It just gives you a really nice fluffy look. It's so pretty. I love using this. And the brows stay in place all day long. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this brow, and then I'll come back and show you the final touch of what I do to complete my eyebrows. Let's do a transition, right, shall we? And there we have it. I'm not sure how flawless that was, but you get the, yeah, you got it. Last step in my brow routine, if you will, I like to take some concealer. I'm using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in the color 3.3, and I'm gonna put that in just the back of my hand because usually I will do my brows right before I do my concealer underneath my eye. So I'll take like concealer underneath my eye and kind of fan it out. But for now, we're just gonna put it on the back of my hand. I'm taking a flat shader brush. This is so important, having a flat shader brush. It just works out easier when you're applying the concealer underneath your brow and really helps you get a nice defined line. So we're just going to take that concealer and lightly put that underneath the brow. Define that line that we created. Gonna go on top. Nice defined. Now the other eye. Now we're gonna blend this out. I have a small little buffing brush that I only use for blending my concealers. And I'm just gonna blend this out. Again, I do recommend doing this right before either you put on your foundation or after your foundation and before bronzing or before you're gonna do your second stipple of your face. There goes my earring. Blend it really nicely, no harsh lines. And there you have it. Those are your shaped and styled eyebrows. I'm super happy with them. I think that it's exactly what I was envisioning of what I wanted. The in-between, the 90s brows and the now brows. That is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!